Hey y'all. Okay, if you've seen the cheeseburger video that was posted, then I told you on there that I had something else that I wanted to make with the burger. Well, the burger is already gone, but I'm still going to make this because I've been wanting to make it. I have been seeing that little viral video floating around about the little low carb onion rings, and I thought to myself, well, I've never made my little fried onions that me and Kanan love so much, so that's what we're going to do. Now this is a different way. It's not going to be a big battered up onion ring. I slice the onions really thin, lightly batter them and fry them. So they're just little small fried onions, but y'all, they're so good. So I want to show y'all. I can't believe that I haven't done them. Like I said, I forget about stuff and then I see things and I'm like, oh yeah. All right, so first thing we're going to do is get our little batter here ready. And like I said, we're not going to do like a wet batter or anything like that. Just a lightly flour batter, okay? So I just have some all-purpose flour in here. I didn't measure it. We don't need much. We're probably not going to need that much. And then now I just have some cornstarch here. This will just help give it a little bit of extra crunch. Let's see, maybe about a teaspoon of the cornstarch, I'd say. Yeah, let's just do that. We don't need much, like I said. Now, I love a good battered up onion ring. Now, I don't like the kind that where they're so big, the batter just falls all off of them and then you just have like a crunchy onion. But I do love a good crunchy onion ring. But like I said, these are a bit different. All right, a little bit of smoked paprika. And a little bit of salt and pepper. And then whenever we get them out, we will add a little bit more season to them. But y'all have not made these in so long. Like I said, I just kind of haven't even thought about them. Now, Kanan loved the, you know what they call the onion ring sauce. You know, like you can get it like at, what, Burger King and places like that, zesty sauce, and I don't know what all. I just like mine with ketchup. Any kind of onion ring, onion petal, blooming onion, all of that, I go with the ketchup. Y'all let me know what y'all like. Okay, that's good now. All right, and so I just have a big onion here. You want a big sweet onion. The sweeter, of course, you know, the better. All right, and we are just going to cut these really thin, like I said. So this is something you have to kind of take your time with. Just cut them really thin, just like that. Now, I know typically if you're doing onion rings, you want a thicker cut. These are going to be thin, okay? Y'all see what I'm talking about here? Y'all see that? Thin. Okay, let me finish this. I don't want to keep y'all while I just keep doing the same thing over and over, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, look at our onions here. Let me show you. So, let me find a good one here. This was a complicated onion, but we're going to make it work. Let's see. That's not a good one either. This was one of those onions that had like 3 centers in it. You know what I'm talking about? So kind of like this size, I guess you would say. Like this is the best size. Like once it gets too big, like this right here, I guess is the perfect one like that I'm looking for. But you know, you never know when you cut into an onion what it's going to be like on the inside. This was one of those that had like 3 little centers in it. But anyway, we're going to make it work. But that's part of just getting a really sweet onion. So you can get one of the other ones. There's different kinds, you know, and some are sweeter than the others. But anyway, and again, I'm just putting these gloves on for easy cleanup. So let's get these battered up. So we have our little flour mixture here. And like I said, no, we're not going to do any kind of liquid. So it's just going to barely stick on here, and that's what we want, okay? You just have to be really gentle with them because they already like to break apart, which is okay. And I'm going to put them in this little basket here, this little strainer thing here so that I can make sure and get all that extra flour off of them, okay? So let's get them going. That's why I say you don't need much because there's not much is going to stick to these without having the wet batter part. But you just want to try to pull them all apart like that as much as you can. Okay. Let me go ahead and get our oil heated up over here. I don't know that I have enough in there, but I don't want to do too much because, of course, now I will keep this oil, and, of course, it can be reused for certain things, but not just anything when you're cooking onions in it. So that's why I don't want to do too much. And then, you know, have to pour it out is what I'm saying. But I may end up adding a little bit more to it. All right, let's see. Let's clean out our little strainer here. Lord have mercy. Y'all know I'm not liking all this, this flour, but it's okay. Yeah, there we go. See what I'm talking about? Just really lightly coated. And get that extra off of there. So I'm just going to put them on this little plate over here. Okay. All right, y'all, let me finish these up. I just wanted to show y'all exactly how I do it. And I'll come back and we'll get these going, okay? Hey, y'all, okay. I've put a few little pieces in there, you know, to see whenever our oil gets hot. And I think it is getting there. So here is our onions. I've got all the flour cleaned up, thank goodness. And now we're just going to start putting some of them in. And I have it on about a medium-high temperature. You want it to, you know, be high enough so that your batter stays on. Yeah, that's good. That's good right there. But you just don't want it too high. Yep, that's great. You don't want them to sit around in there and let all that batter fall off. I'm going to do another few here, I think. And especially being careful whenever you're first putting them in here, you don't want to overload it and cool the oil down way too much, because it is going to cool it down, but you don't want to do it too much too quick, you know. So this being our first batch, I'm just going to stop at that. Let that oil come back up to a pretty good temperature and just let those cook, y'all. They smell so good already. I love the smell of fried onions. I don't know about y'all, but I do. I guess if you don't like onions, then you're not going to. But anyway, y'all, I'm just going to let these fry up. Y'all can see what we got going on here. Get you up here so you can see. They're just frying. I did end up putting a little bit more oil in there. And I guess I could have got out a bigger pan, but it's fine. I think we can do the rest of these probably in one more batch. But anyway, I'll be back in a second, y'all. Hey, y'all, real quick, I'm getting our first batch out because when they're done, they're done. You want to get them out really quick, okay? So I'm going to get these out. I'd already got out a little spoonful. There was a few that were cooking faster than the others. I'm not sure why. All right, I'm going to sit that back there for just a second because one thing I want to put on these, now you can do anything you want, but I'm going to put just a little bit of the Cajun seasoning on there. And I mean just a light sprinkle. Just about that much. And then just kind of toss them around a little bit. I'll bring them over there and we'll look at them in just a second. We're going to get this other batch going. If you don't like this, you could easily do like a garlic salt, seasoning salt, all-purpose season, just a little something at the end to just kind of finish it off, okay? Now, let me tell you what I did while I'm letting that cool down for just a second. Whenever I first put them on there, I had it on medium high, and then once they kind of settled down and just got to cooking, then I cranked it all the way up on high, because you don't want them sitting in there floating around too long. So I thought, okay, they need to be turned up and they need to cook a little bit faster. So then I turned it all the way up on high, and just, you know, lightly, gently would toss them around a little bit. I'll turn this on when the next batch is getting close, and I'll kind of show you how I did it. But all right, let's get these. I've turned it back down a little bit, and we're going to get some of our others in here. Y'all see? Good. Okay. All right. You know, always be careful when you're loading stuff in grease like this. You don't want to, yeah. You see, like when you first put them in like that, they're going to take off like that, but they're going to be cooking really high. And then all of a sudden, it's going to slow down because it's going to cool that oil down. And then once it gets to that point, and they're cooking just steadily for a minute, then you want to turn it back up. Okay, I'm gonna just let it sit here for just a second. I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and turn it on back up, because I don't want my batter to fall off. You just kind of have to eyeball it. But look at these, y'all. These are kind of like, have y'all ever had like what they call onion petals or onion strings? I don't know. There's different kinds, but look, they're so crunchy. Ooh wee! I haven't even tasted one yet. I got to get my ketchup. But don't them look good? Just little thin onion rings, basically. Let me see. Let me find one that's whole that hasn't broke. Like I said, that was not a good onion. If you end up cutting into the right kind of onion, they will all be in rings. There's one, a little bitty one. You see what I'm talking about? The center was like 3 of those little shapes. It's those good sweet onions is what it is. You know, they have there's one. They have 2 different kinds of sweet onions, and I don't know if there's a name between the difference of the 2. I know the Vidalias are really good, but this time of year they have the ones that are more that are extremely round. Those are the ones that's probably going to have the one center, and then they have the other ones that are flatter on each side, if you know what I'm talking about. And that's the onions that I love, that I always get. That's what I had tonight, and just because they're the sweeter onion. But anyway, they'll have about 3 different centers in them. Y'all let me know if you know the names, or if you know what I'm talking about. I know I'm not crazy. I mean, I know I'm crazy, but I know that there are 2 different kinds of the sweet onions. Y'all let me know, and let me know if there's a name between the 2. I tried to look on the little sticker that was on the one tonight that I used, and it just said sweet onion. But they're shaped a little bit different, and the skin on the outside is different also. Like on the ones that are really, really round, the skin is thicker and tougher, whereas on the other ones the skin is softer. So y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all that buy onions. So, and y'all look, see, we have barely any flour left on our plate here because we put it through that little sifter thing, and that works great. It's the best way. But y'all see here, and I'm not gonna mess with them much yet because I don't need to. They're cooking up just fine. I have it now turned up on high. Once they start browning up a little bit, y'all, I'll come back, okay? Okay, y'all, I'm going to just let you hang with me for these last few minutes here so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I have it all the way up on high. I haven't messed with them yet, but now I'm going to kind of flip them around because they're starting to brown up a little bit. And by now, that breading is stuck on there enough, you can kind of mess with them a little bit. Okay. Do you see what I'm talking about? Some of them are starting to get really brown. You just want to kind of poke them down in there, make sure they're all cooking. Try to get that one on down in there. There we go. And I'm just using a vegetable oil, just whatever you prefer. But here in just a second, you'll see what I'm talking about. When they start getting ready, they're ready. they're getting close now. And these are so crispy, y'all. They turned out perfect. Those few little pieces that I'd put in there early, I'm going to get those out, because those are definitely overcooked. The ones I put in there to keep a check on the oil. There, oh yeah, there it is. That's that one. Almost. Now, a lot of people love to serve these like on a salad, on a burger, anything like that. Typically, I don't go for a cooked onion on stuff like that, but I know a lot of people do. Alright, I'm fixing to get them out. You'll see how quick now they're dark, they're getting dark. Time to get these out. Ooh, look. They just come out in a big pile. I've got to get me a new one of these little metal things here for front. I've had this thing forever, and they've got some new ones out, better ones, and I need to upgrade. All right, now I'm just going to put a little bit of the Creole on there. Lightly toss them. Let those cool for just a second and set up. I'm going to kind of wipe everything down here a little bit, and I'll come back. I'm going to get my ketchup, and we'll do the taste test. Look at these. Do they look good? All right, y'all. I'm going to fix these up as like a little appetizer. All right. So got those on there. I'm going to put my ketchup on here. Y'all let me know, do you eat ketchup on your fried onions, or do you go more for like the sauce that usually comes with stuff like this? And the blooming onion too. Of course, I got to have me a little parsley. I meant to already put some of these on there, and I forgot it. All right, here we go. Look at these. Y'all gonna want to make some of these. These are the perfect little snack or something to munch on. Look at there. All right, let's see here. Let me find one. These are perfect. So good. Now remember, you do whatever seasoning you like. If you have a favorite, or for your flour and stuff too, go ahead and put it in there. Whatever you like. I'll tell you what, Kanan could have eaten this whole, every bit of these. He loved onions. Ever since he was little, he loved them. He loved them raw, and he especially loved them cooked. Like, that was the way he would eat his burgers. If he didn't have cooked onions on it, he didn't like a burger. That's what he would eat on his. He didn't eat no cheese, no... none of that. He wanted cooked onions. Like if we were having burgers, that would be one of the first things he'd ask, do we have onion? Do we have an onion? Because I'd saute them up in a skillet. And that's what he would eat on his onion. And as far as like blooming onion and stuff, that was his favorite. Always. He loved to go to Outback and get a blooming onion. And when the like carnivals or fairs and just events come around here, there's this guy here that does all those fried foods and stuff, and that was what he wanted, was he would go to that little tent and get him a blooming onion. He loved it, and Braden wouldn't dare touch it. All right, y'all. That is it. Just a simple little dish tonight. Like I said, I was supposed to do that to go with my burger, but oh well. It's been a minute now, so I got room to munch on these. There's little Belle over there in the chair. Is she looking? Yeah, I can see her looking. What are you doing, Belle? You ready to go night-night, aren't you? Okay, y'all. Y'all try these. Let me know what you think. And let me know if you know anything about the difference between those two onions. I'm curious to know. Now, I'm not talking about the white or the purple. I know those, like the ones that are white. I'm talking about both of them are yellow onions, and they're shaped different. Everything's a little bit different about them. They're both sweet, but the one, like I cooked tonight, is my favorite. The better one that I think. Anyway, all right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.